Hey everybody, this review is on Naughty or Nice, a Loud House Christmas movie. So the plot of this movie is Lincoln Loud discovers that he's on the naughty list, and he's really amazed that he actually is, and he decides to do a bunch of good deeds to, you know, butter up Santa and actually try to get on the nice list, but it doesn't work out because he's just doing it to be a suck up, and he doesn't actually mean it. His acts of kindness aren't meaningful. So he hacks into the system and changes his status to nice, which causes a whole corruption in the system, space-time continuum, some kind of weird Christmas magic thing. I don't know, it's ridiculous. And everybody who's deemed nice is actually naughty, so the whole system actually ends up being reversed. And of course, all of Lincoln's family is very upset and disappointed with him, but Lincoln tries to make a deal with them that they can go to the North Pole and fix all this. But they discover that Santa himself isn't even really nice either. He's been deemed naughty, and they come across an elf named Duncan, played by Harvey Gillian, the guy who voiced that annoying dog in Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. They go on a big journey to try and test to see if Lincoln can actually be nice and redeem himself and actually be worthy of being on the nice list, and hopefully save Christmas and everybody's status of being naughty or nice. This was cute. I liked it. I'm surprised Nickelodeon has never made a Christmas movie. I mean, maybe years ago, sure, because they only did theatrical ones, but they've been doing a lot of streaming films now. Like, they've made two Halloween movies, but not a single Christmas. And don't say Snow Day, because that takes place during winter, not Christmas. And Charlotte's Web doesn't count either, because only the end took place during Christmas. But for their first attempt at a Christmas movie, I think it's pretty good. I'd say No Time to Spy is still my favorite of the Loud House movies, because I do really like how just out there it is, and I really like how it just takes a turn. It has the best of both worlds for the Loud House. It takes the more sitcom-y slice of lifestyle and the outlandish stuff. This is more of the outlandish stuff, kind of like the first Loud House movie, but I have no problem with that. In fact, given it's a Christmas movie, I want it to be different. I want it to be special. I don't want this to feel like another just a Christmas episode of the Loud House that just happens to be like 70 minutes. No, this was actually a pretty good film. Gives her that most of the movie takes place during the at the North Pole, so there's a lot of like neat stuff to see. I mean, like it's not it's not like generic North Pole stuff. Like you don't see like reindeer and Santa's workshop or whatever. Like you see snow and like some other cool things, and it's kind of like a more high tech version of the North Pole. It's kind of somewhat similar to Arthur Christmas, but not really. Uh, Lincoln goes through a pretty good character arc in this. Like at first, like you see, yeah, he kind of does the typical thing where like he says, "No, I'm nice," and he's kind of too ignorant to see that he's not actually always the nicest, and his desperate measures even make it worse by sucking up to be that he's good. But he does go through a good character arc, and he does learn his morals at the end. So it doesn't have any bad mean-spirited messages for kids or anything. It actually does have a good lesson to kids that goodness isn't, something you could just do. Like you're not like it's like that one episode of Fairly Odd Parents. You're not supposed to do good deeds because they make you look good. You're supposed to do them because they're the right thing to do. And yeah, that's basically the same moral of this movie, but I get it. It's the Loud House. It's about messages about family and bonding, and it shows Lincoln's relationship with his sisters as always. And yeah, they do bicker and fight, but here that's the conflict's a bit toned down because like obviously they don't want the comedy to get like really over your head being like, oh great, the sisters and brother don't get along. Like they don't want that joke to run thin too fast. It's more so focused on Lincoln, and I do like how the sisters like always have like a neat idea, like, whoa, this is cool, like this is what the North Pole's like, but it's an interesting idea for a film. I like how like changing the naughty and nice list of suddenly affects everything because hey, lying about something can lead to something bigger. So I guess maybe that was kind of the message that they were trying to say. And yeah, the message about lying, yeah, it's something we've seen before, but I get it. It's a Christmas movie. Like, it's not supposed to be, something that you're supposed to be like, oh, this should bring something new. It's the Loud House. It's slice of life. It's not gonna have the most original messages ever. The animation is really good. I do think it's it's not really on par with the Loud House movie. Like the shade, it doesn't have like all the shading and stuff. The animation here is more on par with the show, and not to say that's bad because the show is very well animated. So it definitely looks the part of the show. So you can't say it's nothing like the show, and it's not a downgrade. Definitely, the voice acting is also really good. Well, duh, these are professional voice actors who have been doing this show for 9 years. Gee, this show's almost a decade old. How does 2010s happen so by? Harvey Guillen, whatever his name is, plays the elf who follows Lincoln, and he's not bad. He's definitely not annoying as he was as the dog in Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and he's like cousin Blobbin in the Thundermans. Like his performance, like yeah, maybe if you're the certain kind of person, you could find him annoying. But me, I found him charming. I found him very likable, and he's not just the peppy sidekick who just wants to do everything. No, he actually does have feelings, and he of course is an outcast. Duncan is always getting teased, like people like, hey, he's lame, and yeah, it's the typical like quirky guy that doesn't fit in, but it's not done to death. And so I'm glad, even though that cliche could have been out of the picture, we didn't need that Duncan the elf to have a character arc. I do like that they didn't dwell on it too much. Like it wasn't a subplot of him trying to prove himself or anything. It was just more about the environment he was in. This is Lincoln's story, and I really like that they focused on that. So yeah, weirdly enough, this was not on Paramount Plus. I had to rent it. I had to rent it. Like, I don't know why this wasn't on Paramount Plus. I thought all Nickelodeon streaming films were on Paramount Plus, but yeah, because Nickelodeon shows don't air in Canada anymore. Even YTV took them all off, which is weird. So I couldn't have a way to see this but to rent it. But yeah, just for like $6.99, it was okay. So it didn't hurt, and to put me in the Christmas spirit a couple days before Christmas, I was satisfied with it. And as a Loud House fan, I can definitely say I had fun. So yeah, if you want to see something short and sweet before Christmas, or you're a Loud House fan, I think this is a good one to check out. It's cute. It doesn't have any new messages for kids, but nothing. It's nothing that they wouldn't really dwell upon. Like, oh, why do we need to see this? Like, they don't need. Like, they're not gonna watch it knowing that they have to watch it just for a lesson. They can just like the fun North Pole stuff too, and all these lovable characters. So it's a cute film. I'd say it's definitely one. Aside from No Time to Spy, it's the best Loud House movie. So I did really have fun with it. And for Nickelodeon's first Christmas movie, I'd say they did a good job. So if you just want to see something light and fun and cartoony for before the holidays, I'd suggest checking this one out. It's a good one. So see you later.